This already feels like more than just a simple assault case. You can hear it in the lawyer's tone. This is a broken family trying to function like everything's normal. A grandson reappears after years, tension builds, and suddenly it explodes. But what stands out is how casually it's described, like this kind of conflict is expected.
The unfortunately common disrespect between a older teen and his elder. There was some chores in the house that weren't getting done satisfactorily, things of that nature, and it of course led to something it shouldn't have. Mr. Marchand doesn't make any bones about the fact that his conduct was wrong. But I think if Your Honor sees the whole picture, Mr. Anderegg was some sort of a participant here. He wasn't a violent participant, but there was something leading up to this. It wasn't apropos of nothing. With that being said, this is a kind of a one-shot deal. This isn't a take him to the ground and pound on him kind of thing. This is a brief moment in time with a significant lapse in judgment. Mr. Marchand admitted to the police. He entered a guilty plea in this matter. And I would ask the court to sentence him to some sort of probation. He's open to that. And that could include another anger management programming or anything Your Honor would desire. I don't.
Right here, you almost feel a bit of sympathy. He's talking about counseling, anger management, like he's trying to fix himself. But in cases like this, the big question is always the same. Is this real change or just something people say when they're in court?
You got a pretrial on April 4th, right?
Yeah, but I never seen no police, talk to police, or
Right.
don't even know
We'll see
anything
what
about
they
the
do.
dude.
Well, this one is
Whoever-
this like
whoever it
deja
is.
vu means deja vu.
And this is where everything changes. This isn't a one-time mistake. This is a pattern stretching over decades. When a judge starts listing charges like this, it completely destroys the momentary lapse of judgment, argument. At that point, it's no longer about one incident. It's about who this person has consistently been.
Because that's what was done to you when you were a kid.
Right.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know where this guy is. He's not in the picture anymore. He had a bloody nose and
I believe Mr. Vandereg did submit a victim statement.
did he?
I've seen it and I can't find it right now. I don't know if I saw it in the prosecutor's office. Or I may have been provided a copy of it.
I don't see one. I'd be interested to know what he says. Let me ask Marissa. Sarah, why don't you come up here for a minute? Everybody's back in the trailer,
Yes, sir.
but and who consists of everybody? You and
Just
Tim?
me and Tim.
So no grandkids, nobody else is there.
Nobody.
And there haven't been any further incidents since
No,
this
sir.
one. Well, you went to jail for 11 days and then I let you out when the bond was posted. Where is Tyler?
I don't know where Tyler's at. Last time I knew he was staying with my son, Michael.
I can offer that Tyler he's lived at various Marchand relative residences as well as his adoptive parents in Schoolcraft, which he still uses as his primary address.
Well,
And my son gave him a week because he gets a job and his first couple paychecks, and then he quits and he just wants to plop at somebody's house. He don't want to successful do anything for himself. He runs to his mom to ask his mom to do something. She said, Tyler, you're 18.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the truth.
This deja vu moment is honestly chilling. The judge isn't just reacting to this case, he's remembering history repeating itself. Same victim, same situation, same outcome. It shows how some cycles don't just happen once, they keep coming back, especially when nothing truly changes.
He's been under pretrial supervision and complied with all the terms of it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm interested to know if there's any input from the complainant, because I don't have any. And the prosecutor didn't feel compelled to be here.
That exchange says everything. You're mean. I can be. That's not denial. That's partial acceptance. And sometimes that's even more dangerous because it shows awareness, but not control.
I don't blame you. I didn't mean to cause no trouble. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Well, to your credit, some of this you've aged out. When you were young, you were doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff.
Right?
And you're not young anymore and you're
No, sir.
tired of being tired. And so you're right. You haven't burned the candle at both ends like you did when we were both younger.
Right.
All right, there is nothing from Tyler, according to Miss Marchand, Miss Countryman. So,
I would just offer to your honor, I know I've seen a document and reported to be from Tyler that indicated a desire for Mr. Marchand to receive anger management. This was in the preliminary phase.
all right,
Document was provided by this young lady here, Annette.
Annette.
Annette, all right, Annette, do you have that? Some input from Tyler?
I haven't really got to talk to him a whole lot on this. I know he said it was kind of smarting off back, which he does.
Well, and I don't disbelieve that. I think that he's 18 and so he's a carbon copy of Tim when he was that age and he wasn't gonna take any grief from anybody.
Well, I
and-
live in my house, Milton had to make, that's why he's not allowed to stay in my house very long or do too much very often because he bugs up and tries to do that.
Now this is where things get complicated. In court, the story starts changing. What was once a serious accusation suddenly becomes nothing happened. This kind of contradiction is exactly why cases like this fall apart and why they keep happening again.
Board and went there. So he was still having the come down stage of it all, if that makes sense.
Really, all we've been trying to do is help him since he's been back in the family, but I don't know, man, I don't know.
All right, well, tell me about your counseling at CMH.
I started, I went to one and then I got arrested and I missed that date and I got one coming up the 2nd or the 4th of
The second.
March, so. It's for marriage counseling. Me and Sarah, we decided we need to go talk to somebody, so that's what we done. We went to CMH and checked in and that's where that's at.
Her name's
So I got one
Wendy.
coming up the 4th or the 2nd or something.
Her name's Wendy.
Wendy.
Well, maybe the answer.
When the judge mentions a year in jail, you can feel the weight of it. That's the moment where reality finally hits. Because after 12 arrests, the system starts running out of patience.
Well, go out to the counter. We'll do a payment plan.
Thank you, sir.
11 days, credit 11 days, $400 fine and costs. I'm not doing a probation. This is like the same thing in many of these 12 previous cases. But you're not a kid anymore.
Yes, sir.
You don't like getting in trouble anymore.
No,
You're not
sir.
as angry as you were, but you're still angry. So I encourage you to stay in the anger management program
sir.
you're in.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ross, if you take them
Thank you,
off the
sir.
counter, you're off pretrial services.
Thank you,
Do you have
Judge.
a tether on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna remove that. So,
In the end, the judge doesn't go with jail, just fines and a warning. And honestly, it feels like a decision made out of exhaustion more than hope, because this isn't just one case, it's a cycle. And the scariest part? Everyone in that courtroom seems to know it's probably not over.